Oh, what up, weirdos? It's Zoe here. I just wanted to do a live update because, wow, things have been incredibly hectic and literally changing by the day. Um, I've had such an outpouring of support from people I have not known what to say or do or, yeah. Um, Welcome to the stream. I'm Zowie FPV. You have probably or may have seen recently a video that Stu from UAV Futures did. You may have seen one of my recent update videos about my life situation and basically having to move out of my shop, um, which has been my home for a good 6 years now. Essentially, as long as that I've been in um, medical whatever, just the whole medical situation. I'm just going to call it the medical situation because I don't like talking about it constantly and I don't want to talk about it constantly. I'm going to try to give you guys updates to things as my medical situation changes, but I'm going to try not to, bring it up because I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on good, positive things and try to do good stuff with my channel. I mean, the outpouring of support, I could never imagine in a million years that I would be able to get as much from Patreon as I'm currently up to. And I'm currently really not expecting it to last. I mean, I know a lot of you are helping me out of a bad situation, and I'm not expecting you all to continue to support support essentially. So, I just want to say thank you. I have plans with the funding, some really cool stuff that I could do potentially. It will just take time to line all the stars up to make it happen. But I have like 10-page plans, for example, to do drone trip in, which is an RV thing that I've always wanted to do but never could get an RV for. I had plans for like a drone house to try to fund a female team of pilots to compete and train in a compound slash facility where they could, live cheaply slash freely and try to work on their social media slash whatever and just try to focus on flying. Essentially like a team house that gamers would have, but instead of a team house for gaming, it would be for drones. Kind of cool, like Team Zoe. Actually, Team Z. Team Z! Oh my gosh, that sounds cool. Sorry. I'm like, what could, the Z team, we're like the Z listers, we're like the ragtag group that, gets it done and kicks some butt. Because I'm pretty confident that if there's enough female pilots that wanted to train and compete and wanted to work with me to actually not just push their skill, but to push my skill and to create an environment where we can not just push our own skills, but to push each other and to really create the ability for us to push our skills to the limit. So when we show up to a race, we could literally just whoop everyone's butt because we have been training so much to do that. And that'd be a way for me personally just to help get women into the sport and to help support my vision originally back when I started racing. And after I won the first race, I had this vision that there would be a lot more women flying drones and competing in drone sports. Now, granted, the whole drone sports dream has not taken off as much as I would have hoped. Yeah, it's been hard for me to make it work, and I've been a legend slash OG in the game for years. And I know a lot of other OGs and legends in the game that have also had a really hard time trying to make things work in this industry. So I guess now that I have your support and I'm no longer trying to just shack up with a company, so to speak, and work with them directly slash seeking out a job, like, don't get me wrong, I'm still looking for a job. I applied to be the head of R&D at the Drone Racing League, and I really doubt they will reach out and even think about hiring me. But I think that position and that job and working with them, I could do a lot of good in the sport. And they have a lot of resources that I could help direct in the right way to do a lot more. And I have a lot of, talent and experience in developing out drone products and developing out not just the next thing or the next frame or the next new motor, the next new style of motor, but like new stator sizes, new kind of designs, new, innovation changes. And then the other job that I really, really want, and I'm not going to talk about, I'll hint at, and I'll talk a little bit about what it would entail, but it basically be the only job where I could use my 3D skills as a drone pilot to work there. And there's not very many places where me as a 3D pilot could actually get a job and use those skills. The thing that I've been the most passionate about anything else has been 3D freestyle. I could literally get a job potentially doing that. Thing is though, the company's still a little bit small and it's going to take them time to where they're going to be in a position to hire me on. That being said, they are rapidly expanding, and I honestly think they're going to get done. Like, they have done a lot of stuff over the last few months, and I see their traction not only in the community, but in the industry growing. And I honestly think that if I can somehow hold out for that job, my dream job, or DRL, I mean, even though I've had issues in the past with them, I would really like the potential to be able to do more good things in this industry. And even though I still feel the same way as I did before about a lot of the things that happened, I'm willing to put them aside to try to push the whole industry forward. And with Drone Racing League being, in my opinion, the forerunners of that, at least within having the most funds, the most resources, the best production, the network, so to speak, to do it, um, they there'd be somebody that I would actually really like to be able to work with, just because I know what I do in the world, what I actually spend my time on, could potentially be maximized over time. And I could do what I love and passionate about while making change in the world that I'm actually really, really passionate about. So I'm still looking for a job. It's just got to be able to fit with me. It's got to somehow work with my medical stuff. They've got to be able to let me literally take time off work. Even sometimes potentially, like, sorry guys, I can't come in today, pain's too bad. And then they've got to basically be okay with me, at least until I can get a more permanent solution or long-term solution figured out for it, to be able to do that. And that's going to be difficult. So I'm hoping that the stars align for that. I'm just not sure if they will. And then alternatively, I've been offered a couple, or at least, no, not a couple, I've been offered one actual, like, job that pays $30,000 a year, and it would require me moving to the other side of the country and being a customer support specialist, which is a job. Don't get me wrong. I'm super appreciative of that and that opportunity. But in the location they're at, I'm not totally wanting to move to. And on top of that, the funding, like, I did the math. If for some reason my Patreon manages to stay where it's at, I could turn it into a living. And I could, it won't be a great living. It won't be like, yo, dollar bills, y'all. But I could do what I'm passionate about and give back to the community and keep going and pushing forward and flying higher and all those other things that I like to do. So I'm in that conundrum. I'm in that, like, state of I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. And a part of that issue is that I need to get out of this house in the next, like, 5, 6 days. Like, yeah, I've only have, like, less than a week now to get out of my home, to tear down what's left of my workshop and try to shove it into an RV. That's, as of today, still not running. Although it is now being worked on by Steve, the owner of the RV. And we have a local Kent. When I say Kent, I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names. If I screw up your name, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry too. But I have a local who's going to be driving 20 minutes out. And it's kind of cool. These guys didn't know that they were local to each other or that there were really other pilots that were so local to them. So hey, maybe they get to fly together and, get a connection out of this whole bad experience that I'm going through. So that's a bit of weird positivity that can come from this whole weird thing that we call life and the experiences that I'm currently going through and dealing with. On top of that, there's been some people that have reached out to either wanting to buy some of my 3D setups to help support funding my this giant life change, and or have been reaching out asking if I've had cheap quads to sell. And thankfully, I had only a few that I can really let go of, and I've been able to donate a couple of the machines to people that have needed them. I've gotten I have a silent auction going on Patreon for my patrons only, just because they've supported me so much. And it's been a lot of my patrons that have reached out to me to ask me for basically if they can support me further and if they could buy some of my machinery. So because of that, I put up the silent auction. And it'll help me raise more money going forward. Oh, hey, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Justin, you're on live stream. Hey, everybody,
wow.
Say hello to Proximity FPV.
Hey.
He's one of my local friends and buddies, and someone who had offered me originally back before all of this stuff went down a place to hang out on his couch for a couple weeks while I try to figure things out. So give it up for this dude, seriously. He's been a good friend to me while I have had a lot of hard times. So yeah, staying on the positive note and continuing forward because I don't want this live stream being 40 minutes long. Yeah, so I don't know what to do with all the support. Right now, I have enough funds in hand to get the RV going. At least I should. I have more than enough Patreon stuff happening. Turn down your music, yo. I'm live on YouTube. We're gonna get copyright strikes. Yeah, so I knew he was coming over. I was gonna try to make this video shorter, but it ended up being a little bit longer, which has happened each time I've made one of these videos. So yeah, I don't know how everything is going to go down quite yet, but I have 2 people local to the RV that are going to be able to work on it and help me get it running there. I have my really good friend Sparky Josh, who is one of the people that helped me do the filming of Quad Bashers, who has been a 3D heli pilot and a 3D quad pilot, and one of my better friends over the last few months. And I've gone to events together, and he's just been a really cool dude in my life. So he lives 4 hours away. He's going to travel 4 hours out tonight to basically sleep out on my floor and then travel out with me in the morning to go to the RV and help me work on the RV and then travel back with the RV. That way I'm not going alone, and I have somebody with me that's mechanically inclined and more physically inclined than I am. And he's somebody that's helped me out in other productions and stuff when I haven't been able to bend over or work on stuff like I've wanted to work on stuff. He's been a really good friend, and he believes in the content I'm making, and he loves 3D, and he's just a really cool dude. And he also he's one of the only people that actually has a full replica of the Squid Boy that has a 3D printed canopy on an X-Class machine. So yeah, that's literally a super fan and an amazing friend. So I am actually kind of excited now that I've somehow been able to align all these stars over the last week and literally go from facing complete homelessness to having a patron that had 22 patrons and less than $150 a month in patron support to over 1,600 now in patron support a month, which is blowing my mind. And we funded Mr. Motorface, the motorhome project. And I did that GoFundMe when my Patreon was, again, below $150 a month. And during the whole fundraising process that Stu did, I had really never asked people to fund my patron. Like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I was literally at the end of my rope facing, I feel like, one of the worst possibilities and still dealing with major health issues and not knowing how to deal with it all. And so the blanket of love and support from the community has been really nice. And I've been super humbled by it, and I continue to be humbled by it. And I want to make sure that I stay humbled by it going forward. Trying to figure out if there's anything else that I'm missing. Oh yeah, Zowie Coins. So over the last few days, I've been taking breaks from stuff and actually getting molds and castings done of the coins. I can cast 10 coins at a time. And while I intend to get these as Patreon tokens of gratitude out to everybody, I probably won't be able to do that until I get settled into the RV and have a week or so to breathe and calm down and relax just a little bit from this whole experience. I currently have about 70 of these blanks made up, and I'll probably be sending people that I have that have subbed on Patreon and have sent me their shipping information for various reasons over the last few days some of these coins and the packages that I'm sending out. Just as a little thank you to the people that have supported me the most. And yeah, it's literally the least I can do, and right now it's sadly the most I can do. Yeah, but considering I can make 10 coins at a time, I have been figuring it out. I should be able to produce more than enough coins for all of my patrons. And after this settles down, have enough resources to actually get everything made and send everything out to everybody. Whereas before I've been severely resource lacking, now I see more resources than I've ever had, from money to offers of places to go and set up shop to people that have offered just random stuff, from jobs to just even emotional support. And that's actually kind of the biggest thing. All of that has been great, but the thing that honestly has touched me the most has been people that have had nerve pain, like severe nerve pain issues, complex nerve pain issues, that have had their life changed by neurostimulators and, pain pumps and combination of those things. And nerve blocks too. Like a lot of those people that I didn't know followed my channel and I didn't know suffered and had that kind of hardship, they they reached out, and for the first time in a long time I don't feel so alone on that. So I am super thankful of that, more so than anything, because it's been really mentally racking trying to figure out how to deal with, at times, what can be completely life halting pain. And on a good day I can get through it. On a bad day it ruins my day and I have to go to the ER. So thankfully I've been getting better about watching and not doing the things that will send me to the ER, and I have a better pain protocol in place that I follow that keeps me from going to the ER. And if you're somebody that deals with nerve pain and pain, you probably have a pain protocol of some kind that helps you deal with things that you've developed over time. And it's only recently, over the last year or so, that I've really developed mine. And with the help and support of others, I've been able to travel out to Rampage, go to the West Coast Throwdown, and go to even International I.O. Like, I've been blessed to go to those events during, which behind the scenes, one of the roughest times of my life. I mean, initially I had a nerve block and I was going to not go to I.O. so I could get the nerve block. But instead, I pushed the nerve block out another, and this was like 3 weeks. So I could at least go to I.O., have a facing, hug my fans, and see my spider hex, the thing I donated years ago to their museum. And Armiton paid for me to go out, and I was so shocked by that. And then a fan of mine hung out with me the entire time and helped me work on my rig to get it running. Helped me make sure I was okay and not freaking out and not in tons of pain, and had a place to lay down. And like, when I'm not 100% physically able, yeah, I need help sometimes. And it's hard to admit that. And I don't want to cry on camera again. God damn it, I really do not want to cry on camera again. I don't want to cry anymore. That makes me want to cry. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go cry and go eat and drink a milkshake or something and try to relax for a few hours before I road trip out in the morning with my friends and try to get this RV going. I'll be live streaming, hopefully the first unveil of the RV. As soon as I get close to the RV during the road trip, I'm going to try to start live streaming and try to bring you along for that experience, because a lot of you have helped support this project and have helped support me. And to me, it's going to be a life-changing moment. Even though I'm not super stoked about moving into an RV, it's still going to help me out. And I want you all to be along for that ride. And I want you all to know that you are supporting me, and that where your money is going and where your support is going makes a huge difference. So thank you all, and please stop giving me money. I don't know what to do with it right now. I should have enough to get through. And yeah, bye.